Hi everyone, Dr. Poshar here. I guess we're about due for a clinic update. I'm out here in the Rouge Valley, just close to home, out for a bike ride. As we talked about the last update, I'm just trying to keep myself active and keep myself busy and keep moving. As far as the clinic is concerned, the clinic remains closed. We're still in a position where we're trying to do the responsible thing for the community, and we're keeping the doors shut. But please stay tuned. We hope that we're going to be in a position to offer emergency care within the clinic in the coming days. We're just trying to make sure that we have all the appropriate personal protective equipment in place for our practitioners and for our patients before we are able to do that. But stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have some updates on that in the coming days. I want to say thank you to those of you who responded to my last video update, inquiring about how I was doing with my back. My back's doing great. I guess I took my own advice and things bounced back quite quickly. So thank you for those who were concerned about that. I've been talking to a lot of our patients over the last little stretch here. On a daily basis, I'm talking to people, and we're trying to help out as much as we can virtually with issues that are coming up with our patients. And so again, please stay tuned. We do hope to have a more formalized process of providing virtual appointments through the office and assessments and so forth, and providing more advice virtually. And so look for updates on that in the coming days as well. One of the big things I think that I'm hearing from a lot of the patients, in addition to the physical ailments, is that most of us, myself included, just like I was, admitting that the doctor sometimes gets injured. Last time I did this update with my back, I'm the first to admit that I've certainly been very stressed and anxious with this whole COVID-19 situation, and of course the stress of having to shut down the office, and it's been a major impact on the lives of myself and all our staff and practitioners, in addition to all the patients. So, I said it in the clinic when we were still working, as we were this situation was developing, and pretty much every person I meet on the street and speak to online and so forth. I think the best advice in the department of stress and anxiety is really just try to take it one day at a time. And in some cases, some days it's 1 hour at a time. We can't control this situation. We can only control our minds and our bodies. And I think we just need to make sure that we're doing everything we can do to keep our minds positive, keep our minds active, and our sense of productivity engaged. It's been very difficult for me, obviously, with what I do. There's not a whole lot of alternative when you work with your hands as a manual therapist. So I've tried to occupy myself with as much physical activity and things around the house, and getting all the honey-do list checked off, and then being physically active, keeping that lymphatic system pumping, keeping that cardiovascular system working, keeping those lungs active. God forbid any of us have to deal with this virus, but if we do, we want to make sure that our bodies are in prime shape right now to be able to do that. So the message I had with my back injury, which was, do what you can do, get out and move as much as you can under the circumstances. There's a World War II vet in the UK right now who's raised, I think, almost 100,000 pounds by walking around a loop in his backyard. Incredible. There's so many incredible things happening out there right now, and there's a lot to be positive about. I do want to say that at no time have I ever been more proud of our community here in Markham, and our country in general. We're all on Team Canada here, but Markham has had some pretty significant tragedy strike with some of the with Markhaven long-term care home here, and a major situation happening over at the Participation House. So I do want to say to my good friend Bobby Goodwin, Bobby, if you happen to catch this on social media, I know you're a warrior. Bobby's a good friend of mine who's one of the residents over at Participation House and is fighting COVID-19. And his family put out a call to action. Our mayor put out a call to action, and our city, our friends, our families, our community stepped up. And what's happened there in a very short period of time has been nothing short of miraculous. Some amazing people, too many people to mention, have stepped up and just, with heroic actions to help Bobby specifically, and to help out at the Participation House to try to remedy a very difficult situation there. So very, very proud to be a resident of Markham. I'm standing literally over the bluffs here in the Rouge Valley where I played as a kid, and it's an emotional thing to know that our city is really stepping up. So that's the update for this week, and I hope to see you all soon in the clinic. Take care.